in the morning, heart of South Philly. Let's go see what the people have got to say. I'm ready to roll, Big UB.
Now listen here, Dutch. Mets and the Cowboys, they suck.
1, 2, 3, go Birds! Go Birds! Here we go, 302BIRDS, Gino Stinks. Go Birds!
Get your water ice and soft pretzels ready because you are now tuned into a 302BIRDS podcast experience. Proudly presented by TickPick, Nick's Pizza, El Diablo Burritos, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street. Let's take it to the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Wednesday night with the 302BIRDS podcast, breaking down the latest and the greatest for you guys in Philly sports. A crazy, wild week as the Birds have one of the best comeback wins I've ever witnessed. We get ready to gear up to go down to Tampa Bay to turn up on Tampa. And then after that, we also have Red October that is right around the block. And the Phillies are trying to make that final push before we head into the last stretch of the season. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 302BIRDS. We're going to get to our call-ins here in 1 second, so save that phone number if you haven't, 302-316-4848. That's 302-316-4848. Feel free to call into the show. But before we do that, I actually want to flip it to my brother, my guy KJ McCoy, because we do have to pay our respects on the show to someone that was very important to the show.
Yeah, so my aunt recently passed away. She's actually one of the main reasons I ever joined this podcast, I ever joined this 302BIRDS in general. Pretty much went to her house when I was growing up as a child, and she lived in Rehoboth, Delaware, the same area code as 302. So that's one of the reasons why I joined as well. But yeah, she was a very big influence on me. And pretty much like a grandmother to me. And she definitely was a viewer of our show. She would send clips of Dalton. She would send clips of Jack and whoever it was in my DMs all the time. She was always watching our clips and all of our reels and everything like that. So she was a huge supporter, and I definitely attribute this show to her. I mean, got her jersey in the back, right back there. So yeah, this show's for you, and I miss you so much. And she was an amazing person for sure. I'm at like a loss of words. Just yeah, man, it's very difficult for sure. I'll tell you that.
I totally get it, and your respects are valid and beautiful. And shout out to Claire. Shout out to Claire for her support over the years. We're gonna take this moment of silence for Claire. Thank you for your support. And thank you for bringing KJ in our lives. I mean, we love this dude. So let's take a moment of silence. All right. Well, KJ, thank you for that beautiful tribute. Rest in peace, Claire. And this show is for you, like KJ said. We dedicate this show to you. Thank you for your support. Once an Eagles fan, always an Eagles fan. But go ahead and fire up those phones. Get ready to call in to 302BIRDS because we got a call-in question for you guys unlike any other. I want to know, what do the Birds need to do to get right in Tampa Bay? Tampa is always the Eagles' kryptonite, and they seem to be 1-4 in Tampa Bay. So what does this team need to do to finally get their stuff together and play good football? We got Stephen Roth calling in.
Stephen
Let's see
Roth.
what he's got to say. And let me know if you guys can hear him okay. What's up, Steve?
So, I don't know if you're watching the Phillies game. Kyle Schwarber just got 57 home runs just now.
Right. He's right.
7.
Oh, geez. So that's 3 off from 60. And how many games are left now?
There's a couple games left. He already got another world record already.
Get ready.
Oh, man. That'll be awesome.
I think he's going to do it now with a couple games. 58's the number to beat, right, Roth?
Yes, it is. I really do believe he really is going to do it.
I think so.
Probably tonight or probably tomorrow, but I really do think he will.
I think Havens is saying it's 55. I don't know if that's true or not, but is it 55 or 57?
Ryan Howard hit 58. Ryan Howard hit 58.
He hit 58. He hit 57. Or, yeah, he hit 58. And 59 is the number to beat.
No, Ryan Howard hit 58.
What happened over there, Roth?
Hold on.
He's right. It's
Ryan's
gone.
got a home run. It's
Boom.
8-1 Phils.
Yep, there we go. Boom. With the home
Wow.
run.
So this team is getting right. Well,
Home
Steve,
bomb.
So that means we're gonna get the 1 seed. Or we're gonna get the bye.
do to get right in Tampa Bay? What's your take on that?
So, yes, it's going to be fun in Tampa Bay. They have also their schedule. So they'll be leaving Friday when I'm healing to Indy. The only thing I can really say
Yeah.
Do not overexalt yourself in this heat, okay? But another thing is, kick Tampa's ass for once, please. Particular scenario, football, none of this shitty play calling at all. None of that.
Yeah, it's been horrible. What do you think clicked when the offense finally got it going in that Rams game?
Oh, hold on for a second. Back-to-back home runs.
Holy fuck, was that back-to-back, like you just said, back home runs? Live reaction on the show. You must be good luck, Roth. Somehow. Yeah, well, hey, Roth.
Otto Kemp with the 2-run homer.
Wow.
We got a 10-1 game. Holy
Jeez.
crap. We are frying the Marlins right now. We know that Friday right now is probably going insane at Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah.
He's probably going insane.
What a night for Frat. Hope he's having a good time. Roth, we appreciate you calling in, sharing your opinions. We'll talk with you soon. All right, boss?
Rothman.
Take care. If you guys want to call in throughout the show, the lines are open, 302-316-4848. If you want to share a take, share opinion, feel free. But we're going to move ahead into one of my favorites, the ballpark. Time for Phillies talk with Ballpark Tommy. Finger stitch. All right, so as Roth just alluded to, this team is getting hot at the right time. I know you're watching it live, KJ, so we'll kick it to you first. What do the Phillies need to do in this final stretch to get right before the playoffs?
I mean, they just need to keep on doing what they're doing right now. Not really use all the power you got, because you gotta save some of it for sure. But I mean, just keep on winning as many games as you can. And I mean, you got a pretty easy opponent in the Miami Marlins, who have probably like 5 fans in existence. So I mean, they don't have a fan base at all. So I mean, they don't really care. But yeah, I mean,
Hey, Jordan Dobbins is calling in.
Oh, there we go. Dobbins.
I'll let you take it, KJ.
Yeah, sure. Dobbins.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good.
How you feeling about this Phillies final stretch, Dobbins? What do you think that this team needs to do to get right before we go into Red October?
I feel like we just need to get these guys healthy, man. Get Trey Turner back as healthy as possible. Get JT healthy, and then we'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah, and what are you watching this game live as well? So was it you or was it Roth that was responsible for the back-to-back home runs? Was it you turning off the TV or was it Roth turning on the TV? Hey, well, how about these Eagles too? I'll ask you the call-in question. What do we need to do to get right in Tampa Bay, Jordan? Yeah, I think that's a great answer. Well, Jordan, we appreciate you calling in. We're going to pick up our next call in. Billy O'Keefe. What's up, Billy? Billy O, what's going on? How are you, brother? Hey, I'm doing well. We got a question for you, Billy O. We're in the ballpark right now talking about the Phils. What do the Phils need to do in this final stretch to get right?
Theoretically, tonight we already could 2 seed, but could still possibly get the 1 seed if all is right. So I think, I'm going to the game Saturday. If in fact they do start their starters and maybe on a shot for 1 seed, I think that they, like I said, still try to go out and go for 1 seed. It may not be possible, but
Yeah. I'm excited. Now, what do we need to do to get right in Tampa Bay? We've been asking everybody all night. Big game this week, and the Birds historically suck in Tampa.
I would love it for the Eagles to beat Tampa. It's been like 2 years since they haven't beat Tampa yet. So that way, Devin, they still had a good, decent offense. I would really like to see us, get to the grind and win it. If we can go 4-0, back home in Denver, I'd like to see it. But if I wouldn't be shocked or scared if we lose this game because Tampa's a good team. I wouldn't be upset if we lost this game because we're bound to lose a game. So we will not be upset if we lose.
Yeah, I think that if there's 1 or 2 games that we could lose this year, I actually had the Rams slated as a loss. Got lucky there at the end on that miracle. Yeah, got lucky there, so we're good on that one. So we can afford a loss now. The 2 losses I had were to the Rams, to Green Bay, and then I had a loss at the end of the year that would have been the Giants or the Commanders. The last game is probably realistically starter sitting. But they can afford a loss now. Yeah, they're rolling well. And also Harbaugh's such a great coach. I think he really has them in tip-top shape to where they're just playing really good ball. But we got one more question for you, Billy O'Keefe, as we move on from the Phillies. I know everybody's kind of chimed in on Red October, so we're going to go ahead and talk about what the hell clicked with Kevin Patullo. I mean, or was it Jalen Hurts starting to call his own plays?
I think, like I said, Jalen Hurts, he's what plays to do. He's a good guy. I don't hate the guy, but theoretically, like I said, I also feel like there's just so much hate. But like everybody is just hating on Hurts because whatever, and just doesn't seem odd. It seems odd to me that they're hating on Hurts already.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Hurts gets a lot of unfair disrespect. Billy.
He doesn't get a lot of respect, and I really think that, as an Eagles fan, like I said, I respect him. He's a great guy, but there's a lot of people I think just don't show respect. And to be honest, like I said, he gets this offense rolling a little bit, and whatever and stuff, and they get to start rolling. They'll be fighting for it. That's for sure. They'll be fighting for it.
I agree. Well, Billy, we appreciate you calling in. You have a good night, brother, and keep calling in, okay? I don't believe you're talking about the Phils. I will not probably be there on Saturday. KJ, you going to be there?
No, I will be there tomorrow.
Okay. Well, we're getting another call in, so we got to roll, Billy, but we appreciate you, brother.
See you, Billy.
Love you too, man. What's up, Positive? This is crazy. How you liking it? You think so? What's the final number? Where are we going to end at?
Got to see 60. Last game of the season, he gets 60. Thankfully, Rob.
Yeah.
We got 4 games left. We have to do it. But Tampa Bay is going to be tough this weekend, dog.
Tampa Bay is going to be really tough. And Baker Mayfield and also Raymond James Stadium seem to be Jalen Hurts' kryptonite.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Is Jalen Hurts better than Baker Mayfield?
100%. I'm glad you asked us that because that's got to be a no-brainer. Yeah, Baker's not even close to top 5. Baker's good against certain teams, but Baker's not the champion, if that makes sense. So, what do you think? How much more further ahead is Jalen than Baker, in your opinion?
Baker's top 10, but he's not top 5. He's like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
But some people say Jalen Hurts is not top 5. Have they been playing bad since last season? Since we won the Super Bowl, the team has not been the team, but we're 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah, well said. We're playing good ball. Well, anything you want to say about this game or this offense and what clicked in the Rams game before we move on?
The Rams game, nothing clicked. They got fucking lucky winning that game. We wouldn't have won that game if it wasn't for Jordan.
That's true. They did get lucky. Now, the offense definitely played well, but they got lucky.
For sure. Hey, Joe, I appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you calling in, brother. You have a good night, Mike.
See you, Positive.
Give Positive Philly a follow. But yeah, I think, and Hugh Douglas was talking about this a little bit on 94 WIP. I do think that there was a conversation that was had on the sideline between Jalen and Devontae and AJ, where he basically said, like, hey, we are playing football. Like, we're playing literally backyard football. Let's not overcomplicate this. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to chuck it up. You're going to catch it. I think at some point they were calling their own plays and it was working. And I think they won't say that publicly, the Eagles organization, but I do think that that's what's happening. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I think definitely. I mean, I saw it first at hand. I do feel like this team definitely clicked in the second half. And I don't think it was really Jalen Hurts calling the plays, but he was maybe giving a suggestion to Patullo and trying to tell him, okay, this is where we need to open the field. I see some gaps in this because they switched to a zone because they were playing a man at first. They were blitzing the quarterback in the first half, and then in the second half they switched to a zone, which really hurt the Rams. And I think that's what really was what was able. The Birds were able to actually dissect the Rams like that, and they were able to obviously score some touchdowns there. I mean, and get some points and get back in this game. And that's they definitely did that.
I didn't get to watch the game because I was in West Virginia, but from what Josh
West
Zepp
Virginia.
Exactly.
Sorry, I had to.
You're good. From what Zepp said, they switched out the right tackle in the second half, and we saw the pressure.
Fred Johnson game, baby.
Yeah, Fred Johnson played well, and we had Toth there in the first half, so there's a lot more pressure coming in. And yeah, they're playing zone, but I think Fred Johnson deserved that position, and you could see a night and day difference from what the highlights I've seen in the second half. So I really think it was also a switching of the right tackle what really helped us out and gave Jalen Hurts more time to, find his receiver and get the ball out there.
Yeah. Josh, you brought it up like Jack was just saying. What was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Matt Pryor sucked, and he's normally actually not horrible off the bench, but apparently he had a pretty bad training camp, hence why we traded back for Fred Johnson. Fred Johnson was a big part of that Bengals win last year. Kind of went under the radar, but it made all the difference. I also think, I think Kim Patula has a good roster. He's never called plays before. You get in there, we're going to hand the ball to Hurts, or we're going to hand the ball to Barkley. We're going to throw some short routes if it's not there. Hurts doesn't like throw picks. He's going to scramble. And I think you finally get to a point where, well, that's out the window because we're down by 19 points, and we're just going to air it out. And, if Jalen Hurts has to air it out and throw picks, you're going to throw picks. And sometimes it's kind of like when you know you're going to lose, or when, there's no pressure anymore, right? Losing by 27 isn't any worse than losing by 19 or whatever. You're down by 19, throw a pick, whatever. So when the pressure's off, sometimes you kind of just say, F it, we ball. Just throw it down the field. And I think that's what happened. I don't think Jalen Hurts aren't called plays. I think they kind of just relaxed and, let us do what we got to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I definitely think that
I also noticed this flag is backwards.
Oh, yeah, it is backwards. Yeah.
I got to flip this flag.
Well, shit happens.
Yeah.
We'll get it fixed. But here was another alarming drop this week. Somebody said, well, that backfired on CJ Gardner-Johnson. So the Eagles go out and sign CJ to a 3-year deal that all of us thought, okay, this is our long-term investment at safety. CJ is a natural ball hawk. He finds a way for the ball. He always lights up the rest of the team. He gets everybody excited. This was a good move. And then in the offseason, after the Eagles win the Super Bowl, and the most questionable decision ever, the Eagles trade CJ Gardner-Johnson for a 5th or 6th round pick to the Texans. And Eagles fans are blindsided. We have no idea why. It doesn't make sense to us. Now, in the moment, I remember it made sense to me, but it didn't make sense to Eagles fans. I think it's an attitude issue with him. I think it's some stuff off the field. I don't know what it is exactly with the Texans, what caused them to release him, but I'll put it to you this way. The Texans also had to agree to trade for CJ Gardner-Johnson. So it didn't just backfire on the Eagles. It actually backfired now on the Texans because they spent up all that capital and Kenyon Green to get him. And now they're at this point where he isn't even really salvageable. But then didn't he have a pick in the game that he played too? Or he had some kind of a turnover, I think, so far this year.
So the main reason why CJ was released, from what I read, is because he has had three big blown coverages in week 1 to week 3. So they're like, he wasn't being productive at all, and that's why we released him. That's all I know. That's all I really read on the surface. It could be something deeper. But the Texans are kind of in turmoil right now. They are 0-3. They don't know what's wrong, and it's just they're taking out, on their defensive backs and things of that nature. So maybe it was his productivity on the field and in practice wasn't what they expected. And they're like, all right, well, then we're just going to cut you. So figure it out. But that's what I've heard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and also,
you're good, Josh.
Yep.
Somebody said, me. Howie Roseman doesn't sign guys for 3 years and then trade him after the season because of money problems. That never made sense to me. I from a salary cap point, I get it. Trading him clear up salary cap. But Howie Roseman knew that signing that 3-year deal to begin with, that after year 1, he's going to have that salary cap issue. And I think it's finally, he's a good player, but the squeeze is not worth the juice. Or the opposite, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Probably how it's said best.
That's
So
how it's
I
said,
think
buddy.
that's kind of what happens. And unfortunately, all right, yeah, look, you want to talk. We can't resign him anyway because he didn't play 4 games with the Texans. So I don't know. He's going to end up on the team. He's probably going to play good, but he literally is the definition of got that dog in him, and that dog is a little crazy. And he's a little crazy. But we went to 2 Super Bowls. Every year he's on the team with Super Bowls. So he got a locker room versus on the field stuff.
Very true.
It was worth it for the Super Bowl. I can tell you that.
It was so worth it for the Super Bowl. It was entertaining. It was fun, but it's like at the same time,
Definitely
you
worth
don't
it
need
for the
that
Super Bowl.
long term on your team. You got to be smarter. You got to be better.
Well,
But let's go ahead and
I
give
also,
it
yeah.
to the man, the myth, the legend who just showed up on the show. Joey, what's your thoughts on the whole CJGJ situation? Oh, wait. Give me 1 second. We actually have a call in. So whenever call ins go, we'll give it to call ins first. But calling in the Duck Man. What's up, Duck Man? How are you? How you feeling about CJGJ?
I feel like it's an attitude problem. It was an attitude problem in Philly. I feel like that's why we got rid of him. And I feel like that's why he got released. I don't know if we should pick him up. What do you guys think?
No, hell no. I think it's an attitude thing for sure. And I think that he is just... Jack is waving his hands. Jack, why do you want to bring him in?
I mean, he's that veteran personnel that we need for Makuba. I don't think we start CJGJ. I think we put him in the locker room and see how he trains, Makuba, because that's what what's his face did last year. The guy that was injured all last year, Bradbury. That's what he did with the young guys, and it helped us out drastically. So I don't think we start him. I think we have it kind of that veteran mindset in the locker room for these young guys. I still love the guy. He is a force out there to be reckoned with. And we have been to 2 Super Bowls with him on the team. And it's just, I don't know. I am still salty that we released him or that we traded him to the Texans, because in the long run, we got screwed with Kenyon Green because we signed Kenyon Green, we cut Kenyon Green, we signed him again, and then we cut him again on Tuesday. So it's just like, what? Kenyon Green sucks. I mean, let's be honest. But yeah, I would like to see CJGJ back. I still love that guy.
Hey, JNZ, I do partially agree with you there because I feel like everybody loves him because he's been to 2 Super Bowls, right? I feel like if he can get his attitude right, he could be a veteran presence in the locker room. So I do have to agree with you there, JNZ.
Yeah, very true. Hey, Duckman, we appreciate you calling in the show, brother.
Duckman.
Yeah, man. I'll see you guys sometime soon. All right. Thanks for listening, brother.
Thank you, man. And
Thank you,
guys, be
Duckman.
sure to give Duckman Breaks a follow on Instagram. Local card breaks, doing a great job. Matt is the man. Now, I know we also got Josh calling in. So, Josh, if you want, feel free to call now, anytime. I know Josh told me today, Delco J, a.k.a., that he had something he wanted to say about the whole CJGJ situation. And there you go. The man, the myth, the legend himself. What's up, Delco J? Is CJGJ going to be able to say that or no?
I think we have our Kelly Green glasses on a little too much here.
Why's that?
Listen, I think he was what he was for when we had. I can really think of 2 good games he had for us. Until
Yeah.
he was here for a while, guys.
Yeah. I mean, that Cowboys game comes to mind with the pick 6. And then maybe there was a playoff game, I think, that he had a pick in. But he had a couple moments that were great, but it didn't outshine his bad moments. So I totally get where you're coming from.
I feel like there's 2
2, he had the 2 interception game, right? Against Cooper Rush. And then 2024 when he did the same thing and he had that pick 6. So I don't really think it's worth bringing him back. I think at this point, let the young guys shine, you know, see what we have with the young guys. You know, just real quick to recap that game. I mean, Little Kev, you already know how I stand on Little Kev.
Little Kev.
Little Kev is Little Kev. He did Little Kev things. I also think Jeff Stoutland kind of escaped a lot of criticism for that game. I think he did come back with a better plan second half. First half, Jeff Stoutland's head was spinning. Like, I mean, it was blitzing the A gap, B gap. I mean, shoot. My man was like, he didn't know what was going on that sideline for the line. So I don't know. You got to think about that as well.
Yeah.
The goal line definitely did look different. I mean, from my bird's eye view, I mean, from where I was at the game, it did seem like the offensive line. I mean, especially with the absence of Lane Johnson when we did the tush push for the first touchdown, and people don't even know that's how he got injured. I mean, he got injured. I think he's got a neck injury now, unfortunately. So for all the people saying that, like, oh yeah, eventually that tush push, someone's gonna get injured. I mean, well, it happened. It definitely did happen.
Of course. Yeah, and I think with the tush push, I believe that's still a great play for us.
Yeah, right.
It's almost, can we get all the quarterbacks in the room acclimated for that, so we don't have to send Jalen out there to do it all the time?
Yeah,
I think McKee was able to do it in the preseason, or maybe he did it. Did he do it last year? I think McKee did it for one play. I'm pretty sure he did, and it
was the preseason. I mean, he's a big enough guy to do it.
Yeah,
so, I get it. You know, you gotta rack up your touchdowns and all that. But the whole GJ thing, I think we should just stick with the young guys, let them flourish. And then if he was okay with being a backup, I guess bring him in.
Right.
But again, is he really that positive of a guy to have in a locker room right now? I mean, he kind of left the Eagles and was popping his, and as soon as it's not really going that well, it's kind of, I don't hear from him that much. You don't hear that much from him anymore when they're not doing well. So it's really interesting with him.
With him, I feel like he doesn't want to be that mentor that people were saying that he was going to be. He wants to ball out. He wants to go out there, be a starter, and obviously contribute to the team. So I don't think the mentor thing, I think if Howie Roseman said, hey, you can come back here to Philadelphia Eagles where you won a Super Bowl and you were able to be in 2 Super Bowl appearances, but you got to be a mentor to Andrew Makuba, I think he says, no, I'm good. I mean, that's just who he is. He's kind of, I'm a fan of his for sure, but I'm not a fan of his attitude in general. So, I mean, that's the main thing. But,
wait, on who?
For CJ, I was a fan of his. I was. Now
you were in the same boat as me, KJ.
I was. But here's the thing, though. Look at it. He just got released by the Texans. That's a huge problem. And I just saw recently, I was watching the game. The Texans were playing, I think it was the Lions or wherever they were playing. And he had a good amount of tackles. He really did. He's having a pretty good game. And then they released
another one that goes on the old dump board. He was right about.
I'm just saying, though, him getting released by the Texans, that was where I was kind of like, all right, you know what? This is kind of a problem. And I was like, I don't know if I want to test the waters again. But I was a fan of him. Trust me, I was. But now since he got released by the Texans like that,
that's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign at all. Something else was going in something else was brewing in that locker room. We don't know what it was.
Yeah.
We weren't in there. But
I think he's just one of those old heads that's just not ready to mentor.
Yeah.
But hey,
he can't mentor.
I appreciate you guys taking the call. Delco J. And he's out.
Thank you, Delco J. Great call. And Ryan Swoop, if you want to call in now, we appreciate your patience, the time, and the floor is yours. Give us a call and we'll pick it up. But yeah, it did definitely backfire. Joey, I know you got cut off, so while we're waiting for our call in, how do you feel about it?
Well, first of all, like you said, you were right, Dalt. And I was one of the many people I feel like that was like, Dalt, what are you saying? When he got traded, it was like, are you serious? Like, we're really doing this? We're really getting rid of him? And
everybody always thinks I'm crazy until I'm right. And I just try
Exactly.
to be real and fair as I can be. I love CJ, but he's a child, bro.
He's a great player, but when you can be a great player, but it goes to show you that like it's becoming more of like if you don't have the right character, you're not going to flourish in this league at all. And even though he has the talent and the ability, nobody wants him.
Yeah. Well, hey, Ryan Swoop. We got Joey finishing up his point. But before, well, I guess after that, and Joey, you can feel free to chime in after. The floor is yours to have the conversation with Ryan. How are you feeling about the whole CJ-GJ situation? Would you bring CJ Gardner-Johnson back?
That's a hard question. It is the locker room issues that's going on. I know for a fact that's what it is.
Yeah.
But like, I'm curious, would he be able to play cornerback?
The only chance I think you would get him to play would be maybe some nickel because he's so physical. I could see him actually benefiting there, but I would not trust him on the outside deep coverage. I wouldn't.
I think he played corner with the Saints, or he played corner.
He did with the Saints, I believe. You're right.
I'm pretty sure. So he could. He honestly could, but I don't think he wants to.
I think at his age too, I don't think he can anymore. You got to be so quick as an NFL corner these days. You know what I mean? Like, because you got these young bucks. Carson Wentz would love that. But you got these young guys coming out who every year, you know what I mean? Like they're doing well. So I think that's an interesting take, Ryan, about plugging and playing CJ Gardner-Johnson, where maybe they could use him a little bit more.
Yeah. It has said that he has probably been cornerback in slot or nickel. So
he could do it.
Wasn't that what he was the first year when he came here?
Yeah,
for a little bit.
He was a safety. He was a safety.
No, I think he was safety. I think some lineups like they put him in cornerback, but it was mainly safety. I think.
Okay.
I kind of
can I get to something real quick?
Yeah, of course. What do you want to get to?
So I believe the Eagles are a running team, but the thing is, like, you saw what Jalen Hurts did in the second half on Sunday. It's amazing, and he can show that he can do it when he has to. But when it comes to the first half, even if we're planning on running the game and have a run game to start the game, why not throughout the first half at least a couple times, 3 to 4 times? I'm not saying we have to pass, unless that's what the opposing teams making us have to come in and do, because they're going to keep clogging the box, which they have been doing. But like, why don't we at least like 3 to 4 times throughout the first half, like pass downfield like 30 yards before it even touches the guy's hands, because we saw what could happen, and then maybe 5 more times throughout the second half, because I feel like you saw Jalen Hurts got 226 yards this game, and most of it came in the second half in one quarter. But imagine if he could get right around 220 yards every game. I'm not saying he has to ever get 300 yards passing. I don't care if he ever does. But if he would stop with the 5-yard passes all the time and at least have like 5 passes downfield in the first half of 30 yards, at least try it. And then in the second half too, he could average 220 yards a game, I think, for the rest of his career, or 15 games a season, even if we're going to be a running team. I'm not saying we have to like, and that could be on 20 to 25 passes a game. I'm not saying he has to change his game up, but if we would pass more downfield like that, we would see that happen. Even when Saquon Barkley's having a great game, or Hurts runs for 50 yards a game, why not just make it be more balanced?
Yeah, no,
I
I
don't
think
care
that
if
would
he ever
definitely
gets 300 yards, 250 yards. I'm just saying around 220 to 30 yards a game.
Yeah, no, I think that would be a comfortable number for him to have every game. I mean, he should have it. We got
Yeah.
AJ Brown, we have Devontae Smith, we have Jahan Dotson, we have John Mechie. We have these receivers that are physical down the field. I think what is the reason why we don't see him kind of throw it out long deep, because it was 2 years ago. That's all he did, and he threw pick after pick. And I think he's not confident quite yet. I think he's getting back to it. I mean, we saw the dagger in the Super Bowl. I mean, they made a whole documentary on that, how Jalen Hurts was like, I'm going to run the dagger, and he threw it deep to Devontae Smith. So it's a possibility. He has the arm strength to get it down the field, but I just think it's a confidence thing. And I think he needs to get out of his comfort zone. I'm not saying air the ball out, 25 out of 40 passes down the field. But these quick slant routes, these quick out routes, they're going to get you, 5 to 6 yards at a time, unless we have a breakaway. Like it's boring football just to seeing these little out routes. We need to use the weapons we have at receiver and let Jalen Hurts eat, because he's capable of doing it. He just needs to get the confidence back. And I think the reason why is because we haven't really thrown the ball deep since he's been on the team. And I think once we start kind of working that into his daily routine, I think we'll see him let loose more frequently.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying we have to change and become a passing team constantly.
Right.
Even if we're a running team, he can still get around 20 passes a game and average right around 220 yards, even when it's going to be run first.
Right. No, I agree.
Wow, and
the
Phillies just clinched a bye, too. So you might be a good luck call-in, Ryan. We might have to have you keep calling in, all right?
Absolutely.
Hey, we appreciate you, man. And anything you want to preview before the Bucs game on your way out, or any score prediction for us?
Ooh. I'm going to have to say 34-31 Bucs.
Oh, a realist. Hey, hope for the best, expect the worst, right?
All right.
Take care, Ryan. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Great calling. You got to keep calling in, Ryan. That was exceptional. But let's talk about this comeback win. I mean, this was something out of the storybooks. And I want to go to KJ first, because he got to watch it live. And I know you talked about it a little bit earlier, but what was this like watching the Eagles? Like, did you have any inkling that they would come back?
I'll tell you this. No, not at all.
Honest man.
I'm dead serious. Like, literally after the first half, I'm like, you know what? I was thinking about it. Like, I haven't seen, you know what? And I'm not saying I'm spoiled with it as an Eagles fan. We haven't seen the Eagles lose at home since the Atlanta Falcons game, where Kirk Cousins was able to get really lucky on us and beat us. So, I mean, that's like the last time I've seen them lose at home. So I was like, you know what? This is what's going to happen. But that game, here's the difference with that. That game was like a 3-point difference. This game looks like right now they're going to demolish us and embarrass the heck out of us. And Jalen Hurts is going to have -1 passing yards in the game. But I did think he was going to get some more yards in the second half, which he did. And he definitely flipped a switch for sure. You could just see in his confidence. Once he got that pass complete to A.J. Brown right near the sideline, he really kind of – everything kind of went up from there. So, I mean, for him, then he was able to air it out to A.J. He got a nice one-handed snag close to the sideline as well. And then you see that dime that he had right to Dallas Goedert that was where he was wide open. So, I mean, then you just saw him really kind of use his vision as a quarterback and also kind of open up the field. I mean, as I said before, they were playing with they were blitzing in the first half. And honestly, when that fumble happened, where I think it was Jared Verse who caused the fumble, I was like, yeah, we're screwed. We are screwed right now. The offensive line looks horrible. I don't know what Stoutland is doing, but this offensive line looks, I mean, they look not even alive right now. I mean, I don't know what the heck happened, but something was going wrong. And then they flipped a switch. And then obviously you just see Devontae Smith get a touchdown. You see AJ gets a touchdown. So, I mean, really Jalen was going through his motions and he was definitely getting everybody involved. And then obviously, I mean, in the clutch, I mean, you got to give it to, I think the first block field goal, which I never heard of a team blocking 2 field goals in a game. I mean, that's just unreal. And I didn't think at all to myself that I was going to see a block kick in this game. I just didn't think it was going to happen. And I saw 2, which was awesome. I think Jalen Carter was the one who blocked the first one. And then Jordan Davis was the guy who obviously blocked the last one and walked it off. And I mean, he didn't really need to go all the way and go 18 miles per hour, which I didn't know he can go that fast. But kudos to him, man, for losing weight and really focusing on his weight and really trying to get in football shape, because you can see the difference with him. I mean, he was able to, at one point, Matthew Stafford was rolling to the, I think it was, he was rolling to the right, and he was about to get a first down. And Jordan Davis saved it from not being a first down. And then the Rams were able to punt right there. They punted the football to the Eagles. So, but definitely I'll tell you this, there was people leaving. There was people that left at halftime. They left the game and they didn't show back up at all. And then there were people literally right before the Jordan Davis play happened. People were like, yep, this kicker's going to nail this 30-yard field goal. It's over. They didn't even wait to watch it. They didn't even wait. They just left. And probably some of them just ran back because they heard the noise, and just the whole place was like a crescendo. Like, it was just insane. Like, if there was a roof, that roof would have blown off. I'm dead serious. That place was going nuts. And I was one of them. I was going insane. I couldn't believe it. There's my video that I made on TikTok that went pretty crazy, and where it looks like I'm getting choked out, which I'm actually not getting choked out.
Yeah, you got put in a headlock. Can you
I
talk?
got put in a
but
headlock.
That's sometimes how it goes, right?
That's how it goes. It was like a loving headlock. But I mean, we were rejoicing, and it just made no sense at all how we won that game at all. We should have lost that game. Yes, honestly, I don't use this word that often, but that was a lucky win. That was a very lucky win. They should have lost that game, and they were able to squeeze it out. And honestly, I mean, it could be because, I mean, of certain things that happened, but I don't know. I mean, it was just everything just happened at the right time, and it was amazing. So sorry for ranting and going off.
All good. And like you said, like with your aunt passing too, it was almost like we talked about it on the phone, how cool this win was, because it was like something that only a miracle could have happened. Like, there was no way that there could be 2 blocked field goals in a game where you were down by so many points that everyone counted you out and thought you didn't have a shot to come back. And then what did the Eagles do? What the Eagles do best: prove people wrong. That's how it goes. So they come back. They have an epic, probably the most epic comeback that we've ever seen since Miracle at the Meadowlands. A very exciting win, but I want to just keep the show moving. And I want to kick it to Jack and Josh to take this next one as we get into the knockout punch with our knockout take, powered by Balboa Steaks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The final word, the boldest take, the mic drop moment that hits harder than a Rocky's right hook. This is the knockout punch, powered by Balboa Steaks, the undefeated king of Delaware steaks. Bold takes, big bites. Let's swing.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Balboa Steaks, the best cheesesteaks in Delaware. But we got a little Philadelphia Eagles, Tampa Bay Bucks preview. So we're going to kick it to Jack first, and then we'll kick it to Joey, and then Josh if he comes back. But what is your knockout take that you have for us on the knockout punch, Jack?
Okay. I think my Balboa's knockout take for this week's game, week 4 against the Bucks, is I think Jahan Dotson will have a touchdown.
Ooh.
I think he will have a touchdown, and part of that, I think he will have give me 70 yards receiving.
I like that prediction a lot because I don't know if you guys remember this a couple years ago against the Bucks. Olamide Zaccheaus had a touchdown.
Olamide Zaccheaus. Great guy.
Olamide?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Olamide, he had a great touchdown from Hurts, I believe. Yeah, it was Jalen Hurts, obviously. But yeah, he had so I think, honestly, it seems like Jalen is able to use these wide receiver threes in these Tampa games for some reason, because obviously they're locking in on AJ and Devontae, which last year wasn't a factor because AJ didn't play. So I think that definitely is going to be a factor in this game. It's going to give us some leverage, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. What's your knockout take?
Ooh, my knockout take, I do feel like Jordan Davis, even though he had the game of his life, I feel like he is going to do something again. And I think this time, I think he's actually going to have 2 sacks in this game. I think he's going to have 2 sacks in this game, and he's just going to keep on being a beast from the defensive line. I just think he is he definitely has grown as a player, maturity-wise, and he just seems like a totally different guy in general. So, I mean, I'm excited to see this guy go out there again after having the probably the greatest day of his life probably in history. It definitely probably is the best day he's ever had as a football player. It's got to be. It definitely has to be. I mean, except for winning the Super Bowl and then also winning the national championship with Georgia multiple times. So, I mean, besides those, I think this was definitely one of his favorite plays. I mean, favorite games he's ever had. But I do think he will get 2 sacks in this game.
Well, there you go. My knockout take on the knockout punch powered by Balboa Steaks, I think I'm going to go out and say, give me Saquon Barkley putting up 2 touchdowns. He was kind of quiet last week. We had the offensive passive game firing on all cylinders. I think that this will be, and he also has been kind of quiet for Saquon Barkley standards, at least this season. I think that this could be the first game that we see Saquon go 150 plus this season. And I think he could put up 2 touchdowns with that as well. So my knockout take on the knockout punch, give me Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdowns and 145 plus yards. I think he's going to be the workhorse this game. What do you got, Joey? And then we'll kick it to Josh.
Yeah, so my knockout take for this week, I was going to say Saquon is going to have 2 50-plus yard rushing touchdowns, but you kind of took that one. So my other one that I was thinking about
that's a specific one, 250 plus. That counts.
I like that because last year it seemed like when they came out, they tried to pass a lot, and the Buccaneers were ready for it. And then if you remember at the beginning of the second half, Saquon ripped off like a really long run, and it was like, why haven't we been doing this all game? But the other thing I was thinking about is, so today Nolan Smith just got announced he's injured. Zadarius Smith last week had a really, really good game. I could see Zadarius Smith going for at least 2 sacks against this kind of mediocre offensive line for the Buccaneers here. And I think that's going to be my knockout take for this week is just, I think Zadarius Smith coming off the edge. He's older, but kind of in like, I'm not going to compare him to Brandon Graham, but just that older presence, that veteran presence on the defensive edge. And I think he showed that he was really, really still got it. I think we could see 2 sacks out of him this week, and that's my knockout take.
Is it true that the offensive line is right now a little hurt right now for the Buccaneers? Because that's what I heard. I think
yes, it is factual.
Yeah, they're banged up.
They got a lot of injuries.
Bunch of reserves in right now for the Bucs offensive line. So I mean, we definitely got to strike at that, and we definitely got to take that to our advantage.
Josh, are you back? Can I bring you in?
First of all, I just can't hear you guys for some reason. It's weird.
Oh, okay. You keep.
God forbid. Why doesn't he just walk upstairs?
Cause I like this better. Fuck you.
All right,
well,
let's
hear
hear
me?
it. Yeah, we
Now
can
we
hear
can.
you. Jesus
We can
Christ,
hear you.
what's your knockout
We
take?
can hear you, dog. Now we can't hear you, dog.
I like the Bucks.
Oh, no, we can't.
I like the Bucks, and I really like Baker Mayfield. And I don't like playing them because, like, I do. Baker Mayfield's my favorite non-Eagle in the NFL. That being said, I think it's going to be tied going into the fourth quarter, and then the Eagles win by 10 points.
There you go. Well, that's Josh's.
We're going to break it open in the
Balboa's.
fourth. Break it open in the fourth quarter.
There you go. You heard it here first. There's Josh's knockout take. And I want to go ahead and get to our last segment. So we had a vote on Twitter for the Bronze Birdie. Yep, it's back this season. The Bronze Birdie. Let's kick it.
It's time for everyone's favorite segment of the week, the Bronze Birdie, where we select one Eagles player of the week to become the Bronze Birdie. Vote on Twitter right now at 302BIRDS. Vote right now.
I forgot.
Sorry, it's been a while since we hit that intro, and KJ McCoy is like doing it all over here. He's like the freaking Harry Callis of 302 Birds with all the announcing we have this dude doing. So stay tuned. But our Bronze Birdie winner for week 3 for the Birds, it has to go out to Jordan Davis. The growth of this guy has been insane. And I will be the first to say I was wrong. I said that the Eagles should potentially look to trade Jordan Davis in the offseason. And boy, was I wrong. I wanted Kyle Hamilton more. Like, that's why I wanted the Eagles to draft over Jordan Davis. That's why I was upset. Ravens safety that's been balling out, one of the best safeties in the league. But at the same time, Jordan Davis was just a late bloomer, I think is what it really is. 5 tackles, 1 sack, a tackle for loss, a blocked field goal to win the game, and on top of that, a 61-yard TD to the house. Please, please, please show me another defensive tackle with those stats, because you can't. Jordan Davis is a freak of nature, and he's the Eagles' freak of nature. And this season is going to be Jordan Davis coming out party. I think it's going to be where we all start to realize he has that caliber like Jalen Carter does to be the Aaron Donald of the league. When Jordan Davis got drafted, those were the kind of things that they were saying about him. His size, how quick he moves, the potential. He just was a late bloomer. JC was great right out of the gate. He was JC. I think Jordan Davis might be a little bit of a late bloomer. And boy, oh boy, am I glad to see the growth that this guy's taken.
Yeah, he's a dog. I mean, he cut the weight. We said before this season started that this is going to be his breakout year. He needs to prove himself that he belongs here, because the past 3 years, he hasn't really been doing that. And to have a game like this, it really makes you think we made the right decision on drafting this guy. So he is well deserving of the Bronze Birdie. He deserves all of the hype that he's received.
Skinny. He's skinny.
He's skinny. He's definitely skinny.
There he is.
But yeah, it was just it's great to see him. He had no reason to return that, but he's a bear on wheels, and that's what the draft stock was.
He did.
He was a bear on wheels. So I mean, we saw that in action on Sunday. So great guy, and he's a baller.
Yeah, be happy he's on our team. I mean, this guy is so dang good. Joey, what do you think about it?
Honestly, he deserves this so much. And I said it last night on my show, and I'll say it here. He won the Super Bowl last year. And you know how many players would just, okay, I won the Super Bowl. I'm on top. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to change. I can stay just like I am. And instead of doing that, this offseason, he put in the work. We mentioned it. He's dropped the weight. He's gotten better physically. Like, he did all this stuff to improve after reaching the highest point. And that just goes to show that, like, this is a guy that is invested in his team. He wants to be the best he can be for his teammates. And I know he's a big reason on, like, keeping Jalen Carter just mellowed together, keeping his cool. Might not have worked in the first game, but hey, it's like this guy and Jalen Carter, they're scary together. They're two absolute, like, beasts. They were so good at Georgia. They were so hyped coming out of college together. And this is what we've all been waiting for. And he deserves every moment of the shine he's getting right now, because he's worked so hard to get it. He's worked so hard. Like, you know what, his first couple seasons, maybe not, but this offseason, he really made it a point to, you know what, I'm going to be better. I'm going to do this for me and my team. And it's week 3, and he's already showing up like this. I am so excited to see the rest of the season and how he looks the rest of the way.
Yeah, speak, brother. I think that was a great rant you just went on because he deserves the respect that he has earned. So thank you for showing that. Anybody else have anything that they want to say about the bronze birdie? Yeah, go ahead, KJ.
He deserved it 100%. He deserves it 100%. And we're glad that he is the first recipient of this award. So, I mean, we are definitely pumped for this year. He's the first recipient. But, yeah, I think he definitely balled out more than ever. I mean, as I said before, he had that great saving tackle against Matthew Stafford in this game as well, which people don't really
that was big.
What's up?
I said that was big.
Yeah, it was
last year Jordan Davis wouldn't have been able to do that.
It reminded me a little bit of when he had that really great tackle against Josh Allen in the first, I think it was one of the first Kelly Green games. And it was like he saved him from getting a first down, and it was impressive for sure for a guy at his stature to be able to track down a guy like Josh Allen like that. So, I mean, and for him going 18 miles per hour, it was just something like out of a movie. And I mean, just like when that kick was blocked, I just was like, all right, it's over. And then you just see him out of nowhere, the guy who blocked it, see the ball. He's like, it's right there, picks it up, scoops it up, and just takes it all the way. And it was something out of like one of those movies. It really was. And I was so happy for the guy. I was so ecstatic right there as an Eagles fan. It was such a great moment, and he definitely deserves it more than anybody. So I do think this honestly could be one of his turning points where this kind of builds up his confidence even more and skyrockets his confidence to the max, I feel like. So he's going to keep on getting better and better. And offenses aren't going to be really keying in on just Jalen Carter instead, they're also going to be keying in on Jalen Carter plus Jordan Davis, the two defensive monsters out there, the Twin Towers. I remember we talked about, people used to talk about in the NBA about David Robinson and Tim Duncan and them being the Twin Towers. I think right now we have a twin tower of monster trucks in Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. And it's going to be nightmares for offenses, for NFL offenses. So, get used to it, NFL offenses, because they will be in your nightmares and they will be causing havoc to a city. To a city that you live in.
To a city near you.
City near you. That's right. To a city near you. I lost my train of thought.
Landed the plane finally. Oh Lord!
All right. Not with the Twin Tower jokes, okay?
No. Wasn't it?
Be careful with that. Yeah. Too much correlation going on there. But in all seriousness, you're right. Like the Twin Towers is a great analogy for those two. It's like King Kong and Godzilla. You know what I mean? Like two freaks of nature, two of the best, Superman and Batman. You know, like when I think of them at their peak, no one can stop them. There's not a better defensive tackle tandem. There's not a better defensive tackle duo. And these guys are studs. Gotta love it, Duckman. We appreciate you, man.
Kind of. I kind of a couple pieces right now with the landing, but I'm still alive. So
hey, that's all that matters, right? And we're having fun. We're laughing. That's what matters at the end of the day. That's why you guys love listening to this podcast, because we make you guys laugh, but we also cover Philly sports in a fun way. But that's all we got for you guys. I appreciate everybody who called in during the El Diablo call-in segment. Appreciate everybody who called in during Balboa's knockout punch. Please check out our awesome sponsors in El Diablo Burritos of Delaware, Nick's Pizza, Balboa Steaks, Bab's Hot Chicken, the Burnt Coffee Company. Yes, we have some coffee coming soon. I'll have a link coming soon for that. And, of course, Tick Pick. Huge thank you to Tick Pick. That's all we got. Hope everybody has a good week, and I'll kick it to Jackson to do what he does.
Where's Zep at?
Hey, Josh.
Zep,
I'm back. I'm back. I got him for the. I had to switch Wi-Fi. Shut up, Jack. Shut up. Yo, Jack, did you mean it?
Not an intro. Kick that mother.
It's calling on my Wi-Fi. I pay for the Wi-Fi.